Why are we clapping?
No, just to sync it.
The sound.
Yeah.
Oh. I just thought you were clapping at me.
No.
Because I'm pretty good at this.
I'm
At the podcast thing. And I thought maybe after all these years, you're finally recognizing that and you clapped.
No, I wasn't clapping for your performance. I was clapping to sync the sound with this thing.
Oh. Then my clap had no meaning then. Because
None.
I clapped in return for
None.
you.
None.
Yeah.
This was
Because I clapped in return for that.
for me clapping.
Yeah, I thought that we have
we're
Yeah.
patting each other on the back.
That's what I thought. Anyway, hi.
Hello.
We are you are going to be live.
No, we're both going to be. Unless
we're both living people.
But unless he's going to be live, I'm going to be live
We'll be live.
at NCPA on the 4th of June. 4th of June at 6 p.m. And it's this podcast that we do called Our Last Week. So come and check it out. It is a lot of...
Good. It's very good.
It's good.
See, I did this for 4th of June and I made a noise also. But I don't know what to do for June.
Is this J? No, this is L.
L.
This is
4th of Loon.
4th of Loon, 4th of November.
4th of January.
No. So
Come.
So come and there's nothing to watch. It's just two of us sitting on a thing, and then we just talk about stuff and conundrums. So
Words will come out of our mouths.
yeah.
I don't know what this is.
This
I'm
is
just squeezing
we're
a
talking
small-
to them, pal. We don't have to do everything in sign language.
Squeezing a small bird. I really thought you applauded me.
I didn't applaud you.
Oh, shit.
So
Thank
see you on the 4th of June. Come for Our Last Week, and it should be fun for someone.
Just give the location, like the complete place.
The location for the event is
NCPA Mumbai. That's the National Centre for Performing Arts on the 4th of June.
where many people perform, but we'll be sitting and talking.
Yeah, we'll be chatting.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to leave now.
He has to go.
Hello everyone. Hi.
Hello. Hi. My name is
Anuvab Pal.
yeah.
And I'm Kunaal Roy Kapur. Hi. Good evening.
This is a podcast titled Our Last Week. One person clapped in the corner. What you will hear for the next length of time is a conversation on a variety of topics on which we know nothing.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that you know more than us. So this being an NCP audience, someone at some point will say, no, that's wrong.
Factually incorrect.
And one Bengali person will shout out the corrected thing. 1823.
Yeah.
And he'll leave.
Yeah. Can't stand for this. At least he won't go to the police station. That's a good thing.
Correct. We'll come to that, don't worry. But we'll start with the first conundrum. We'll start with a slightly sort of erudite topic before we fall into the gutter, which happens. That's just life in Bombay. We'll start somewhere elevated and then we'll collapse.
Right.
So before we get to Tanmay Bhatt, we'll start with Elon Musk.
Oh, nice.
We'll start there. Elon Musk, old founder of PayPal, has invested a lot of money into the future of the world. How we are going to live in the future, Kunaal.
Right.
He's invented an electric car.
Yes.
Yeah, it costs $50,000 and you can go 20 miles.
No, you can go a lot more.
Little
See,
further?
someone
Someone
already
corrected. Someone Tesla is here.
Yeah.
This is what I love. They said, "Nee, chi." They said,
Yeah.
chi.
She's not 20 miles.
It's 22.
Yeah.
They corrected us. Thank you, sir or madam. And Elon Musk, his next big venture is that he wants to have a microchip inside a human being. Right? So say whatever your national code is. Ours is the Aadhaar card, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Or the PAN or the BJP membership. Whatever.
Whatever.
Is your
Whatever.
chip.
Yeah.
Whatever is your guide. Right?
You have that inserted into your person.
Into your person. You have it inside you.
In you.
In you. They put the chip. And you scan it various places.
So either you scan it or it just scans you automatically or it tracks you. But this has stuff like bank details and your account balance and the stocks you invested in and
and like
Your-
your high school certificate and
Correct.
everything.
Correct.
So in
Your
case
marriages, your homosexual relations,
everything.
covered in this. And you had a big question about
Yeah,
this,
no, my-
about how it would work in India.
See, my thing is that obviously what would happen is that someone would make it cheaper in India. And the thing is that it would be effective for about 2-3 years. And then after that it would get spoilt. Kharab ho gaya. And then after that, I would say they would continue with the processes, but they would just so I'm saying that, so if you went to find out what your bank balance is or you needed to know, I think that they wouldn't tell you over the computer because it's not working. They'd find out and then they'd write it on you. They just write it like a small, like outside your house, there's constantly some number. You can't figure out what that number is. 1242/1.
That's Elon Musk.
That's Elon Musk in India.
Yeah.
That's basically, they're tracking you, they know everything. It's already there, but it's that little number outside your house. I don't know what that number is. Every few years that number changes. Someone's come and done some. But this time they just write it on you. Balance kya hai? They take out the full passbook on your forehead. Just write it.
And if you want to use it, say at Jet Airways or whatever, they put your whole and then they'll say stuff like, Saab scan nahi ho raha hai.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for Elon Musk. You're saying that there's no way to make it work.
Yeah.
Like the other day, you're right about those numbers, but they've started adding random things. Like outside my house, there's 12B/12A, and someone next to it has just written Rachna. I don't know if that's my ration card number or what that is, or it's a message for Rachna. I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah. No, these are very troubling times.
This is the thing. This is why people like Tim Cook and all that.
Yeah.
Most other places, they open the store first, then they come. Here they come to open a store, they dance with Shah Rukh Khan and leave.
Yeah.
Yahan store nahi banana hai. I don't know why he has a colonial accent.
He doesn't have. But it must be very interesting for Elon Musk to come here and meet with our Bollywood celebrity. What was the conversation that they would have at those meetings between like Gauri Khan and Tim Cook and all of that? I mean, I just want to know what is the goings on in that space.
You're right, because it's a good choice of person, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
also I want to know that anyone who is do famous people have to only meet with famous people when they come? Or which just Bollywood, that's a fixed thing. So then you'll come to Bombay, you'll meet with Bollywood celebrities. Is that a fixed?
It's a great conundrum, Kunaal, because you're saying everyone just meets Bollywood, which is quite lovely, which is no matter what you do.
It doesn't matter. You could be either a DJ, a famous DJ, which there's some relevance to that.
Yeah.
Or you could be the head you're the head of Apple, you're
a murderer.
Anyone. Famous murderer meeting with Bollywood celebrities.
Everyone just comes in. So it's and it's all cross-purpose, because I want to be in that meeting when it's decided.
Yeah.
You know? Like Tim Cook is thinking, what is the future of the iOS?
Yeah.
Who's the best person? Arjun Rampal.
Yeah.
It's that. I think that.
Yeah, I'm just confused about those meetings, but anyway.
It's good. But Kunaal, now I have my first conundrum.
Yes.
ISIS.
That's just an organization, not a conundrum. I mean,
It's
the world's conundrum.
It's the world's conundrum. There's a headline, a BBC headline. British Special Forces are blasting Bollywood music to confuse ISIS terrorists in Morocco and Libya.
No, what I had understood from it, because there are two responses to Bollywood music.
Yeah.
One is, you can get hypnotized by it. As in, you just go into a trance and you just go crazy. And the second is fear. So
talk about fear a little.
So, the thing is that my thing was that I thought that the article said that they're using it as a weapon.
Yeah.
So instead of shooting them, they're playing Bollywood music.
Yeah.
Which is a deterrent. It's like So my thing was that like one of two things happen. Either they get into like a crazy Bollywood music, like sort of just dance.
Robotics,
Like,
sort of,
like
yeah.
they're like,
Moment
shit,
it-
they're playing that Bollywood music again, I can't stop dancing. So
Yeah.
they just keep dancing and then they can easily pick them off.
Yeah.
Or
It's like a robotic
like a
zombie
robotic
sort
dance,
of.
like
Yeah.
they're still angry, but they can't help themselves from
Stop.
dancing.
Can't stop.
Or they're just fear. They're just pissing.
Like they're working, whatever, planning, say, an underground attack on Paddington Station, and
Right.
suddenly it's a na 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 chicken. Kukuruku. Yeah, he
That
goes
kind of thing, yeah.
London se mokra. So it's one or the other.
One or the other.
So their choices are drone or Amit Trivedi. And that's never been a choice.
But I think this
before.
is what the Trump genius is going to do, an Amit Trivedi drone. The drone just flies over them and starts
Na
throwing.
na 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 na.
Oh fuck!
They've come again. What the fuck? Why do they keep coming like this? That's a combined ISIS accent.
Yeah.
I sound like I work at Dubai duty free. You want single malt? What single malt you want? We have single malt. I am not terrorist. Na 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 chicken. It's a code. Which brings us to the next really important topic.
Smoothies.
Smoothies.
Yeah.
You had a all smoothie yesterday.
No, the thing is that it was some sort of detox smoothie. Now the thing about detox smoothie is that you can see the problem with detox is that it can clear your system from either direction. That is the basic problem about detox, you know, like they don't specify which way it's going to detoxify you. Or how toxic it is itself is to act as to act as something that's going to
In fact,
detoxify.
if you remember, as you ordered and
Yeah.
you said, "Ye detox smoothie kaisa hai?" the waiter says, "Kharab hai."
You know, that was for once the waiter.
His relatives are here, so they're clapping.
For once the waiter, you know, you always go to the restaurant and you ask the waiter, "Ye kaisa hai?"
Yeah.
Which is just the dumbest. I mean, like, you know, they
Correct.
never. But this was the one time where he made a face also.
Yeah.
He made like he had tasted it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know what he had it. And he took a step back also, I think. He was like,
He came back 2 minutes later.
yeah. I think he went away, he composed himself. He said, you know, like, I have to represent the restaurant. He took a double deep breath and he came back and then he smiled.
Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Nahi, no.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. After saying kharab. No, but then we said, no, we have to order it because it was so interesting. So I think it had kale, it had oats, it had ginger, it had
Mustard.
it had skimmed milk, and I think it had beef or something, or pork or something. I don't know the last one I'm kidding about, but it had one more thing. I think it had like a fruit. There was apple and carrot and also in it.
Yeah.
And
some glass.
and something else that gave it some crunch.
Yeah. And you had that, and your first reaction is, "I'm retiring." which is a great thing. And as given we're on the topic of smoothies, Kunaal, it's a great transition to another topic that we want to talk about in the same area, Mohenjo-daro.
Mohenjo-daro, yeah.
There are some young people Googling what that is. Mohenjo-daro, is that a comedian? What is that? Is he in the news? What is that? Kunaal, you have a huge issue with the Archaeological Survey of India. You were freaking out. You were pissed off at them.
I was going crazy.
You were going to go over there. You're going to get into some violence. I stopped you.
Yeah.
I said, don't go.
Don't
Just
take
tell
them on,
these-
yeah.
don't take them on?
Just don't take on the
They're rough people.
They're rough.
And you think the MNS is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Archaeological Survey of India is messing with something much bigger than comedians.
Yeah.
They're messing with time.
With time. I mean, like, basically, what they're saying is that the civilization is 2,500 years older.
And that totally blew your mind.
It blew my mind because I mean, like, suddenly you're like, one second. I had it all in place, like this came, then this
Dinosaurs,
came,
yeah.
then this came.
Now what are you saying to me?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't just keep changing it, yeah? Like, you can't just suddenly, and it's not like, it's not 250 years.
No.
It's not like just the British Empire
No.
in India. It's 2,500 years. So, I mean, they were off by like the Met department. They were off by, they were off by a long way.
Yeah.
So then you have to say, okay, then we're older than Egypt, then we're older than, I mean, a lot of the Chinese civilization. We as in, I don't know where I'm from, but I'm just saying this region, whatever, I don't know.
Breach Candy is older. Breach Candy has people that are older than Mohenjo-daro.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
That's true.
Us being among them.
Yeah.
But we're not sure if that, and now we don't know how old they are. That's the problem.
That is
We don't, are you 4,000 years old, auntie?
No, I'm 6,000 years old.
Yeah. And she'll correct you, you don't know. An archaeological survey can't do this.
They can't just can't mess around.
First
like
they go and just paint the old fort whatever color they want.
The other thing that they often do is that the same thing that the Elon Musk problem is that they keep writing what it is on the thing that they found.
I saw that. Yeah, you're right. On the red fort, they've written red fort.
They write it over there.
Who's missing it? Who went there and said, ये क्या है? कुछ लिखा होने से अच्छा होता. एक note वोट.
लिखो इस पे.
Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
क्या है यार? कुछ लिखता नहीं है आजकल. This is the trouble. Some uncle goes, this is the trouble with the Archaeological Survey of India.
Yeah.
They don't write any notes. I'm staring at a Mughal anything.
Write it.
Yeah.
No, but the problem is that so I was reading up about it, and then they said, oh, it was much older and this that, and then they said that it went to seed or whatever. It died out because of mismanagement and corruption. This was 6,000 years ago.
And
6,000 years
your
ago.
question, you had realized.
I mean, everyone knows what the question is. I mean, like 6,000 years, nothing can change. I mean, nothing changes.
Yeah. We are like this only forever. That's your question. You're like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa.
Yeah.
Even back then, someone was like, whatever, Mera wo, I'm giving you 2 goats. I want 3 bricks. ऐसे नहीं हुआ. Same. We're doing corruption, whatever.
And so then
Amitabh Bachchan movies were still there then.
The problem is that there were only 2 cities.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 major.
Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Yeah.
So basically, they would have. This is something that you had brought up, Pal. That you think that they would have had the same arguments that like a Bombay and a Delhi have.
I think so. I think there'll be loads of people who are like, Harappa has a lot of greenery, but at night I don't go out. How do you deal with the traffic in Mohenjo-daro?
Listen, it's culturally alive, man. Mohenjo-daro is culturally alive. It's the place to be, yeah.
All the artists live in that cool area of Mohenjo-daro. What's it called? Bandra.
In Bandra.
Even then. How do you deal with all the jarts in Harappa? Same things. You're saying there's no hope, Kunaal. It's very sad. It's very sad. But then there is hope, because as you pointed out, the new season of television is upon us.
It is.
And this is the NCPA crowd. They are, any fans of the TV show Game of Thrones here? 4 people.
4, 5 people.
Now young people, old people, everyone in India, no one watches television anymore. They download things. Even before the episode is made, they've downloaded it.
They've downloaded from the guy who thinks of it.
David Bainoff is the writer of Game of Thrones. He starts thinking, Kolaba starts downloading. That's how they already have episode 7 when they've only shot episode 5.
Right.
And there's a lady from the cast who's here. She plays the dragon. This is the thing. Now that's terrible. Could be a he. It's a Bengali person. It's fine. Both. 2 Punjabis are clapping. Enjoying themselves. We're better than that. We can't
Right.
talk. We got communities. We're better
no.
than that. So here's the thing. You have a huge issue, Kunal. You're very upset
Yeah.
with modern television writing, modern Hollywood TV writing.
You know, the thing is...
You are very angry. You threw a few things the other day.
No, the thing is that they keep saying that all men must die. I mean, it's the thing of the show. It
Yeah.
says all men. I mean, so it's pretty clear. they're not messing with you. They're telling you straight up that everyone is going to die.
Dead.
But the thing is that every time you start investing in someone,
Yeah.
you say that, okay, I'm following this guy's story, it's interesting, he's going through this, he's climbing a rock, he's eating a pig, whatever he's doing. I'm watching him, and then they'll kill him. He's dead, and he's gone.
And then?
And then you have to follow some other guy. And then you have to watch him climbing a rock and then eating a pig and then whatever. And so then you're thinking, but then, I mean, I don't know who am I supposed to...
What is this?
What is this then?
Like you hate modern storytelling.
No, because what happens is that what's keeping you on your toes is constantly, is he going to die? It's like, that's the question you're asking every time
Yeah.
I think imagine if you're going through life like that and you're just looking at people and you're just thinking, when is he going to die, man? When is he going to die? When are you going to die, pal? You're going to die now? You're going to die tomorrow in tomorrow's episode? Like, you're just looking at the whole show and thinking, somebody's going to die now, man.
Yeah.
So it's...
Then you're not watching anything except you're waiting for a beheading.
You're waiting for something. You're
Yeah.
waiting for someone to die.
It's like a comedian's life in India.
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of.
It's
Sort
very
of.
similar. You have an issue with that, and you are very rightfully you have an issue with that. And I was trying to be supportive, Kunal, because you were really furious, and
However furious I can get.
yeah, because you said, Pal, imagine what would happen if our movies were like that in the past.
Yeah.
Like you're watching Shan,
Yeah.
for example, old Bollywood, Salim Javed, and they build up Bachchan, whatever.
20-30 minutes, yeah.
They kill him,
He's dead.
and now we're supposed to follow Mac Mohan.
Yeah. Then you get into McMahon's life, how he is with his kids. then he dies. Then McMahon dies.
Then Shaka.
Then you follow Kurbhushan Karbanda. The details of his life.
He goes to a
how
gym.
he became Shakal.
Buys a cape and all.
Cape and everything. Then Shakal dies.
Yeah.
Then you follow the shark. Then you start following the shark and it becomes like a National Geographic thing. And then you're like underwater and you're wondering what is this? I'm saying anything. You take
Yeah.
like Sholay or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Viru dies. Jay dies. Then you start...
You're just following that horse cart for 20 minutes.
Yeah. You don't know what you're following.
Yeah. So this car dies in an inanimate object, and then that gets fine. And
Yeah.
then where does this end? It's the reverse problem to our TV shows.
Right.
Because what was very popular, I don't know if you watch, I'm a big fan of Saas Bahu serials.
Oh, really?
I am the target demographic.
Yeah. While
I
you're
am the
cooking in the
English-speaking
afternoon.
comedian.
Yeah.
Is the target demographic. The advertisers have figured that out. That's why they sell a lot of hair oil and soap and stuff.
Right.
Because I'm the target demographic, and I love those complications, because like, it's always very regressive morally. So, lady gets a job, but then she has to be apologetic about it, and apologize to the mother-in-law about the job.
Right.
And then she has to be balanced because she has to cook and do the thing. Now, those things are not popular anymore. Now it's all reality TV. But for a while, that was very popular. And our problem was not, they never killed anyone. In fact, characters were alive for so long, that they stopped it with a Bombay High Court order. There's no joke here, it's a fact.
So
They got a court order, an audience member got a court order to say, stop it!
So the opposite was happening. No one should die was the tagline. Nobody dies.
Apparently there's a mother-in-law in it,
Yeah.
who conceivably, if you follow the show's timeline, should have been the great mother-in-law.
Right.
And conceivably should have been at the beginning of time. But they kept her alive, apparently,
Right.
for such a length of time that some people had it. They went to court.
They went to court.
Because several generations of mother-in-laws died in the time. Watching it. So the Bahu was the Saas. So they needed a court order. It was the reverse of this problem. And
Right.
you're saying, just give me a balance.
Give me some balance, yeah.
Something in the middle. And I can see this conversation. Kunaal, a local topic that you haven't been focused on at all, but I want to know your view on it. I've been embroiled in it a little bit as a comedian. There's been a lot of talk lately of national icons.
Right.
And I got a call on Monday because the only way you can have a career in India as a comedian now is if another colleague gets into trouble.
So then you have to circle him.
Yeah. Which no other profession has. Like nobody, like if for example, if Yusuf Pathan falls into a ditch, right? Sehwag's career is not revived. But in our profession,
Right.
shows whatever they keep coming and going, lovely people come and go, but it's in national news
Right.
only when another
you're-
comedian
so you're
does something
saying-
ludicrous.
So your career peaks
Yeah.
when some nonsense happens to someone else.
When a colleague goes in, just does something crazy. You know, like, I don't know, goes outside the house of an icon and says, "Wah!" And then comedians of various ages have to defend it.
Yeah.
So suddenly you become a defender of abuse.
Yeah.
You wear a suit, you're like, yes, why should he not say bastard? As a grown-up person. So
Yeah.
the first call I got was at 8:30 in the morning on Monday as a comedian, as did many of my colleagues. And the first call from a newspaper said, sir, are you on the side of Maharashtra or are you on the side of comedians? So I said, I'm on the side of Maharashtra comedians. They said, sir, that's not one of the options.
We don't have that category, sir.
Yes, sir, we'll call you back.
Yeah.
They were very upset, very
Yeah.
upset. And one of the more popular TV channels,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware, but we have a relatively unknown newscaster in India. He's very good, he's balanced, I don't know why they're laughing, Kunaal, I don't know. I know you don't watch much television, so I'm bringing you up to speed. His name is Arnab Goswami.
Right.
He's from Guwahati originally.
Right.
But ever since he left Guwahati has been demanding a separate independence.
So they don't want their own state, they want their own country.
They
now.
want their nation.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to say he's from there. So they can call themselves something else and move on.
Yeah.
So he runs, no one watches it, not very popular.
No.
Because it's too subtle.
Yeah. I don't think people get it.
They don't get it.
Yeah.
Because 90% of the time, his worldview is never told to us.
Yeah.
It's like watching an Ingmar Bergman film.
Yeah. He hides it so slyly.
Yeah, we often wonder, is he Swedish? Who is he?
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
You never know what he's thinking.
This is the thing, like, how European reserve.
Yeah.
You know, they say, British stoicism should be learned from Arnab. Because when he says, I hate you! What is he saying?
Yeah. What is the hidden meaning behind that?
And it's very balanced.
Yeah, very.
And when I was called by his channel, they said they wanted some comedians over. And they said that a graphic was going to split the screen in half. It was a graphic of thunder.
Okay. So they had a storyboard for you.
Yeah. They were making a film.
Okay.
And they said, sir, on the left, it'll be for comedy. And on the right, it'll be against comedy.
Okay.
Against comedy.
Against comedy.
Yeah. So on that side, there'll be people who will actually go on air and say, I'm not into comedy.
Yeah.
And say, at the bottom, sir, we'll put fire graphics.
Just flames.
Yeah. This was supposed to be, I said, what are you calling it? They said, balanced debate. So, but you had an issue with that, Kunaal, because I called you. I said, this is what they're calling me for, Kunaal, help. And you had an issue with that. You said, Pal, but what is an icon?
Yeah.
And I'd like you to share with our audience because you said, what is an icon? And you had some good points about that.
Well,
you had a conundrum.
I do have a conundrum because see, there are many things that many people in the country hold dear to themselves.
Yeah.
Whether it is a famous batsman or a singer, or it's like a dish, like
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Like some people can feel very passionately about chana bhatura. Some people, it's a national icon. I mean, it's something that or it's a national dish, or of Punjab. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like there are things that you feel are intrinsically Indian that you hold dear.
Yeah.
But everyone holds different things dear.
Correct. Because I can easily see myself in a debate where someone says, don't say the word chana bhatura.
Yeah. Chana, you say something about chana bhatura, na?
Last thing that I had with my uncle before he died, you don't say anything about Channa Bhatura. You say and I'll see. You say that. See, and then you see we got to walk after that. But I sympathize with that person. I do.
Yeah.
Because I was on a debate where we could not, where 5 panelists could not agree on one national icon. Someone said Sachin. They said, no, not Sachin. Someone else said, no, Azharuddin. Someone said, no, he's a thief. And
Right.
it went on for a while and we couldn't agree on a single icon. Because someone said Lata Mangeshkar, someone else said, why not Asha Bhosle?
Yeah.
And then that other person said, my aunt also sings. So... See, for me, the restaurant Mini Punjab is a national icon.
Clearly, Paul.
I'm starving 2 o'clock in the morning after a show, someone's clapping. Thank you. You and I, anyone says anything about them, now I become like Anu Kapur.
Yeah.
Right? You know the actor Anu Kapur? He was on a singing show.
Yeah.
And he gave extra points to patriotic songs.
Right.
And I think Kunaal, the Bollywood director, was the other judge. And he said, look, if we give points for choice of song, then imagine if a guy comes and says, Anu Kapur, you're the great, whatever, and you get 10 extra points, that's not fair.
Right.
And he lost it.
Yeah.
Anu Kapur. He said, iske baare mein nahi bolna hai.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you were saying you feel about India.
Yeah,
like whatever it is. Say I said Bisleri, iske baare mein nahi. Someone is going to say that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel, see, the problem is that you can say whatever you want. I mean, like this, sometimes whatever, someone's going to take offense to it. But the problem is that when you're watching some of this unfold, like this whole thing, the only thing that you can do is enjoy the comedy of it.
Yeah. That's a great point you brought up, that by commenting on it, you're demeaning the comedy.
Yeah, because see, the thing that, the event that's taking place is so funny in itself.
Yeah.
That there's nothing that you can add to it or comment on that's going to make it funnier.
No.
It's not going to, I mean, it's not, there's nothing you can say that's going to elevate it.
Zero.
So it's just best to just sit back and watch it play out.
Exactly. Because as you've said many times, that a professional comedian in India demeans comedy.
Yeah. Because real life is comedy here.
Correct. So anything you say,
Yeah.
you're reducing it.
You're reducing
by putting it in context.
Right.
So the real stand-up is outside that door.
Yeah.
Right. Because like Pehlaj Nelani, who's the head of the censor board,
Yeah.
people are laughing at just that.
Just the word. You just
Just
say
the word. He's an appointed. I respect whoever is in the institution. I respect institutions. I was beaten as a child. I do. I'm a cowardly man. I like institutions. If you're telling me he must be someone.
Yeah.
So he's someone. I'm not very revolutionary. So I have a mortgage and I'm not into revolutions. But he said that he should be arrested under the Terrorism Act.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to see that headline in foreign newspapers.
Yeah.
Comedian makes Snapchat video arrested for terrorism.
Yeah.
You're saying what comment is there?
What can you say that, because in all likelihood it will happen.
Yeah.
He'll be charged with sedition or whatever for
correct.
this thing. So I'm saying that there's nothing that you can add to that. It's like trying to make fun of Angel, the music, the Tahir Shah music. You cannot do a spoof on Angel.
No.
I mean you can watch it and laugh about it, but you cannot, like, there's nothing that you can say or do that is going to make
it better.
That better.
Or
right?
Subramaniam Swami. Like when he just says things and you just have to listen.
You have to listen.
You can't. Like he said, Raghuram Rajan, our RBI governor, should not get another term because he's not Indian at heart.
Right.
Which is a strong economic argument. Imagine making that argument at IMF.
Yeah.
So, do you have a problem with the interest rates? No. I'm not sure about his colon.
Yeah. I don't like his ties.
Yeah. That's a strong, again, a logical,
well
thought out. That's one of the best things I like about when there's outrage in India. It's always balanced.
It's always balanced.
There's never any threats.
No.
Irrational statements.
Never.
That's why I like our politics so much. It's well thought through, right? That's the thing. It's almost as good as American politics.
The thing is that the interesting question was raised that do you defend anyone's right to say anything? And many people say, yeah, but I think I do. I'll tell you why. Because what it allows me is it allows me to judge them by saying it.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't say it, I can't judge them.
Yeah.
Because
then it becomes like that Game of Thrones problem. Is he racist? Is he not racist?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is
he a horrible person? Is he sexist? You don't know.
See, unless someone is allowed to express themselves, I'm not allowed to cast judgment on them.
Yeah.
So that's the ticket you hold, right?
Correct.
So I'm saying that let people say what they want, as long as they're just saying it. No one's killing anyone, no one's harming anyone in that sense. If it gets to that, then of course it's different. But if you're saying it, what I have the joy of doing is the joy of saying, what a shit guy.
And we live for just saying, what a shit person.
Yeah, what a...
Society would crumble.
It would crumble. So then what you're saying is that if no one was to say anything, you're taking away my right to hate people.
Correct. World history has been built on what a shit person.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't open his mouth, then how am I to know?
Yeah. Alexander would still be sitting in Greece.
Yeah. People have to say shit.
Yeah.
For me to say it shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a fair point.
The thing is that there was a recent incident.
Yes.
Actually, a couple of incidents. There was one with the gorilla in, I think it was Cincinnati, or what zoo was it?
Cincinnati. Yeah.
Cincinnati, yeah.
Yeah.
So the gorilla and a 4-year-old child went into the gorilla's enclosure and they had to put the gorilla down.
Yeah.
And then you remembered, you thought of another.
Yeah, I did, because the gorilla looked like someone I knew. That was a separate...
That's a separate thing.
Separate problem.
Yeah.
Because I was just reminded of my college. I was like, I should call him.
Yeah.
It's a different problem. But
Right.
your issue was with zoos.
With zoos. See,
And about humankind. And
see the thing about zoos.
yeah, it's a conundrum.
It is a conundrum. See, zoos, they're different. I mean, there are good zoos and bad zoos.
Yeah.
But basically, zoos have to do with ogling.
Yeah.
Basically, you're there, you're ogling, you're staring.
Yeah.
And the thing is that different zoos, of course, are different. I was in Hyderabad recently and it was a lovely zoo. I saw a tiger taking a dump. It just decided to shit, and it was wondering why the hell 400 people were just suddenly stopped and saying, it's taking a shit. And the tiger was it was like a white tiger. It was a white tiger. And it started shitting over there like that. And and then it started turning its back while it was taking a dump.
It's a bit like this podcast,
Like it like that. And
it's like the things are open.
Things are open. I'm like,
we're not sure what we're saying.
Nothing. And it's like suddenly there's like 300 people. So it was exactly that. And then suddenly like there were kids going on the thing and the tiger was taking a dump. But it was a lovely zoo. It was one of the best zoos I've been to. And I was just bored there. So I just happened to go to the zoo and they had snakes and they had tigers and they had all sorts of wonderful deer. And then I remember going to the Bombay Zoo where they have animals there.
Yeah.
But what happens is
2 Bengalis and 2 of my closest Parsi friends live there.
Yeah.
4 of them, they have an enclosure. They are the only English speakers in Bombay. Various animals go to see them. English mein bolo kuch, and they say big words, conundrum, and they're fed.
Throw something to them. No, it's one of the only zoos I think in the world where after the animal's name on the cage is a question mark. So it's like hyenas, monkeys. Because one of 2 things has happened. Either they are not hyenas and there's some dog has been put over there. like some stray dog which is just like hairy and all that stuff. You just put it over there.
The zookeeper's also not sure.
Yeah, they're not sure. They're like, could be a hyena, man. Just put it
Lion?
Lion? No, there's no lions there. The lion is gone. Then they had
Walked
some
away.
birds also. But then it's like it'll be like some sort of rat that also looks like a monkey. Basically, it's some animal. Some animal in Bombay has drunk that smoothie. Okay. Yes. And has been put in the zoo for the results of what happened.
And it's got keys. It lives there. It opens the door.
Goes out in the night,
shuts
comes
the door.
back. But one of the few
Bigger
places,
than my flat. I don't know what you're laughing at.
It's lovely. It's gorgeous. It's a lovely park.
Yeah.
It's a lovely park with living things in it.
There are brokers for it also.
Yeah.
So garden view hai.
But he's talking to some sort of animal.
Yeah.
He's talking to
Yeah.
No, so there was a zoo. So the Hyderabad zoo, I went and I observed.
But your question has always been, no other animals
Yeah.
stare at each other.
Yeah, that's my question. See, when do you know you're doing something wrong as a species? You know it that when no other species does that. So I was thinking, what we do in a zoo is that we just stare at the other animal. Look at that animal, man. Look at that panda. And the panda is with his child, and the panda is also wondering, what the this guy is staring at me for? But you'll never see a giraffe staring at a rhino. Like you'll never see a giraffe looking at a rhino and saying, now look what that rhino does. Huh? Look beta, look what that rhino does. You'll never see a rhino staring at a deer and saying, what the fuck is up with that animal, man?
Yeah.
There
are no zoos among animals.
Yeah, but because they are not so fascinated by the other animals.
Yeah.
I guess, of course, we've evolved. But I'm saying that, like, if you do want to observe, so we've caged them. So I'm saying that, people are saying, whose fault is it? It's the mother's fault. She didn't look after the baby. It's the gorilla's fault. But I think it's society's fault that we've actually put people and animals into these situations.
Yeah.
Because what we've said is that it's fine for us to use them for fun, for viewing pleasure. Which, no other animal does that, really.
You don't see 11 tigers put a monkey in a tiger zoo. For their cubs. Be like, dekho beta, dekho. I don't know why the tiger is speaking Hindi. It's in Pench.
It's in Pench,
Yeah. So you don't see that. You don't often see that. And you're right, because you're not supposed to do this sort of shit with animals.
Yeah, you're not.
You're not supposed to. Like, a killer whale, you're not supposed to balance a ball on its nose.
I'm massive. I'm the king of the world. What can you do? I can bounce a ball on my head. In
the Calcutta Zoo, every year, there's the big puja, the Kali Puja, and during that, one drunk man, always without fail, goes into the tiger enclosure. Naked with a garland. The interesting thing here is, he's usually injured by the tiger 10 minutes later.
Right.
Because for 10 minutes, the tiger is also buggered. For 10 minutes, the tiger is processing.
He's confused.
He looks at the zookeeper, looks at the tiger. So you serious? Is this happening? I'm a man-eater, you know this, right? You've come with a gun. First of all, you got no clothes on, man. Because the animal processes it. When the British came to India, the first thing they started doing with elephants.
With the mighty elephants.
Mighty elephant, right? In many ways, the horde of the jungle, the king of the jungle. First thing, after clearing forests, was they started playing polo with elephants. The first thing British General Major Sutcliffe decided was he was going to get on the elephant, get a polo stick, and make it run towards a goal. I just want to know the first 2 minutes of the elephant. Sala, tu kya kar raha hai? Mujhse football खेल रहा है? I'm an elephant. I'm not Baichung Bhutia. I'm an elephant. It's hard. It's very difficult, Kunaal. It's very difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to near the end of our show, and this is the part where we take conundrums from the audience.
Every week we have someone writing into us. Well, not one, generally. Sometimes we write to ourselves also, but it's like... This week we have a real letter. I'm Sandeep. Yeah. So it says, hi, I'm Sandeep Joshi from Bangalore, and I've been binge listening to the podcast for the last 2 days. And
hi, Sandeep, because he's probably listening now.
Now he'll be listening, yes. A big fan of your conundrums, which is motivating me to identify conundrums around me. I have another conundrum. Whenever we talk to a person for the first time, we do the introductions and ask this question, where are you from? Upon the answer, for example, Rajasthan, people usually say, I had a friend who's from Rajasthan. Now the conundrum is, what are we trying to achieve by saying that? I had a friend, relative from that place, and why do we do it? Obviously, they wouldn't know each other. Any thoughts around this?
This is a great conundrum.
It's a one
but
of the
we say it beyond geography also.
Yeah.
Someone say, I'm gay. I have one gay friend.
Right. So we try to bring it down to the closest thing that we know about that.
Correct. I had once gone for dinner to a home of Jains, vegetarian Jains.
Right.
Right? And the guy said, yeah, come, we know 2 other non-vegetarian people. So it was quite broad. So I think they want to connect with you.
I think the intention is to try and make
people always
conversation.
relate in some way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's offensive.
Yeah.
Like they said, oh, you're coming from prison. I know one guy who went to jail. I'm not in touch with. People like connecting with your thing.
The thing about it is that when that ends, there's nowhere to go with it. Like, once you say, that my uncle Mukesh is also in Rajasthan.
Okay. And what else? How are you?
Yeah, it's all fine.
It's good.
Yeah, all good.
That's
good.
fine.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce our producer, Avdut, who is walking around with a microphone.
Spookily.
If he hasn't shot himself during this show. There he is. Avdut, come on up here. He's the one that, as you could tell by the mediocre amateur quality of both the speech and the conduct of the hosts, this is not a particularly humorous podcast. But it's made so by this gentleman who will now go around and hopefully you guys will have some questions. We have a gentleman over here.
Hi, Anuvab and Kunaal. My name is Abhi, and I've been listening to your show for the past year. I've been following every episode. I love the show. On the way when we were coming over here, what happened? I had this conundrum with my friend in the taxi. So, what happens when we park the car, like in a mall or in a parking? And when we are just about to get off from our car and we just lock the door, we just walk 4 steps. And the parking wala comes and sir, yahan pe nahi park kar sakte, thoda aage park kar.
Yeah.
So my conundrum is, why does that happen every time and with everybody? And what's the solution to that?
That's a great conundrum. Round of applause for that conundrum.
It's a wonderful conundrum.
Superb conundrum. It's so true, Kunaal. I actually, right now, my car is still moving. Because the guy outside told me no, some guy told me no. My driver is in the sea right now.
Yeah. See, the logical thing, which will again be the black hole of fun, which will suck the humor out of this conundrum.
But they're aware of it, so
they're
they know.
aware of it, is that it is a power struggle.
Yeah.
It's always
He's
a
got
power
a
struggle.
uniform.
Yeah.
He's got a uniform.
Often what I do is that I put it in the wrong place.
You just want to talk to him.
I just want to know where to go.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to tell me till I put it. So I put it in the wrong place and then I start looking for him to when he's going to come to tell me to move to the right place.
Yeah.
So
whatever you do next is wrong.
It is.
Yeah. It's like any husband in a marriage.
Right.
It's like you know you have the right intention, but you will be corrected.
You will be corrected. So you just pause at that moment and wait.
You tell me.
You tell me.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know why does it happen to everyone and why do
It's
we
so
do
true
it
because
so
I think you had mentioned this. Thank you, Abhi, for this conundrum. You had mentioned this earlier that once they put on a uniform, on one of our episodes, episode 4, you had mentioned that it's not a real job. It's a person with a uniform and a whistle.
Right.
Who has to pretend that he's keeping things moving.
Right.
Just like I think you had pointed out in gymnasiums, there are lots of, I also call them gymnasiums.
Yeah.
There are also lots of disguised unemployment. So some person will say, do more cardio.
Yeah.
And the next person will say, stop doing cardio.
Yeah.
Because your theory was they've employed too many people in vests.
Whenever I've been going to the gym lately, and what happens is that generally there are far more instructors than people who have come there for instruction. And the thing is that what you always find at a gym is this teacher-student equation, exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah.
The guy has the information,
but
will not part with it till he is paid appropriately.
Yeah.
And the thing
And
is
you can see it on his body. His information he's wearing.
He's wearing the information. You know he's got it.
Yeah.
There's no way, because he can't hide from the fact that he has this information.
Yeah.
But the fact is that you will find, like there'll be some older gentlemen, there'll be some first-timers coming to the gym who are struggling doing squats with their, they're just doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
And those guys are just standing there with their big biceps. And
Watching them.
Just watching them like this.
Break
I'm not
the
gonna tell
juice
you
machine.
anything, man. Yeah. Then they don't want to tell you anything till you, it's that like insert coin to continue. That kind of this thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. And after a while, once they do, they talk so much.
Yeah.
Then there's a fine line between weight loss and harassment.
Yeah.
After that, then they become like your parents.
Yeah.
Why did you eat last night? I've just seen people, it feels like a, concentration camp after a while.
Yeah.
So that's a great question. We have time for 2 more.
Why are uphill and downhill both negative terms?
It's a great question. Maybe because they're both the same thing.
No, they're both, see, the fact of the matter is that flat land is the easiest. That is the basic thing.
It takes the least amount of intelligence.
See, flat land,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Walk. Flat.
Yeah.
Build city,
Yeah.
town, whatever. Look
Yeah.
for plains,
Yeah.
plateau.
Genghis Khan, maraud.
Yeah. Flat.
Yeah.
Flat, straight. Tough, can't do it.
difficult. It's difficult.
Downhill.
Yeah.
Downhill is, try walking downhill, it's harder than
Extremely hard.
walking uphill. I think it's both, it's negative because flatland is so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much preferred. Right?
Much preferred.
Yeah. Someone is clapping for flatland.
Yeah.
See what I mean about national icons?
Yeah. Don't say anything about flatland.
Yeah.
I love flatland, man.
Coming from a plateau. Is pe nahi bolne Plateau.
And
It's very good.
And plateau is also sort of negative if you come to think.
Yeah,
He's
very
reached
negative.
a plateau.
I think plateau is worse.
Is it?
Yeah. Because you're stuck. You can't go down also.
There's no downhill.
No.
And there's no uphill.
It's like a
You just keep
middling
searching.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing.
Yeah.
I was going to name a Bollywood actor who's reached a plateau, but I can't think of one.
Kunaal Roy Kapur.
Kunaal Kapur. All. The last question.
Buttonfly jeans are good for safety, but everyone's wearing zippers. There's a serious safety issue there.
There is
what do
a
we do?
serious safety issue. See, it all depends on whether you're into underwear or not.
Yeah. And from the tone of the question, sir, I think very good point, Kunal. And as long as it's shut, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And are you talking about risk to other people or to
Yeah. Or as the Americans say, collateral damage.
collateral damage?
This is great. Thank you for that question. Ladies and gentlemen, we've taken up too much of NCPA's time with this sort of nonsense. Absolutely no ideas of any value have come out of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come forward, one by.